Good morning. I'm going to do something a little bit different today. I'm going to show you guys a simple method to jug fish for catfish in shallow water. Let me show you the rigging real quick. The first type of rigging I have is a dropper loop. I've basically put a hook on a dropper loop, got the sinker to hold it down, and this gets tied to a jug. Really, really simple. The second rig is going to be probably a mess right here. I gotta get these apart. I didn't have time to get these rigged up on the jugs, so we're going to rig them as we go. But it's just a snell with a sinker, and it will be tied to a jug. Really simple stuff. I am also using polymer knots. A couple of these are polymer knots, a couple of these are snells, and that's because I got a straight eye. If this was a bent eye, you would have to use a snell. And all we're doing is tying them to the jug. However, with whatever knot we're going to use, put some bait on the end and throw it in the water. All this water is 4 to 5 feet. And all of these rigs are about 4 to 5 feet. So that should be perfect for this backwater area. And the bait we're going to use is tainted pork. This was from a hog my buddy shot and ended up getting the guts mixed in with the meat the way he shot it. So I've been storing it, waiting to use it for either jug fishing or regular fishing. I do have a couple of catfish rods with me as well, so we're going to bottom fish while waiting on the jugs, because jug fishing does take a little time. We put out a bunch of jugs, we got to wait a little bit, and then we'll come back and check them. And always check your local laws to see if jug fishing is legal where you are at. Here in Tennessee, it's legal to have up to 50 jugs, and you have to have your information on it. Now, we've only got 10 to 15 jugs. I'm not going to put 50 out. It should be enough to get a couple of fish in the boat. So stay tuned and see what we catch. All right, jug number 1 out. Jug number 2. Jug number 3. And jug number 14. Cool. Now let's see if we can catch a catfish with them. We are going to put 2 rods out. 2. Not sure where yet. Or connect to the bank where I can see all of these and see if we can catch something either on the rods or the jugs. Should be able to catch something today, I hope. Alright, I'm going to put a couple on the bottom of the rod and reel while waiting on the jugs. I did see one get hit already, but I don't think it hooked up. Which is a good sign. They're willing to eat pork. Here's another. I think I'll put them all on this side because I think this is the deeper water over here. And it's a choke point. Nice day to be on the water, or morning.
There goes the jug right there, yellow one in the middle. Here it goes, bull.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah, yellow one's taking off. It's doing
Yeah,
circles.
I see that.
That's a hook. We got one on. Let him swim for a minute.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys can see it, There's one of our yellow jugs out there is swimming around a little bit.
Yeah.
We're gonna sit here and
All right.
see if we can get anything on rod and reel first,
See if the bite gets.
and then
Bite gets good.
maybe another one will hit one of the other jugs.
Hi, buddy.
And my buddy's on the front of the boat talking to another buddy. Good times. All right, I'm gonna reel these two up, and we're gonna go check two of the jugs. I think there's fish on two of them, and then there's like 4, 5, 6 of them that are getting too close to shore. So we're gonna pick those up and try to put them out in the middle a little bit. But looks like we might have 2 fish on. I guess stay tuned to find out. Yep, the pork is staying on here pretty good. This is wild boar. I will say one thing. I probably should have let the pork thaw. We had trouble cutting it up to put on the hooks. It would be the same with chicken or anything else that's frozen that you're trying to use as catfish bait. Let it thaw a little bit so it's easier to put on the hook.
I will use that small net just to pull it over to. It's hanging straight down.
Nothing? Still got the bait on it. Oh, they're 2 together right here.
Yeah.
Probably want to pull them into the boat. We're going to move them out further.
Take them all the way over on that side.
Big old blue heron. I got this. Oh, you got it. There we go. And then the other one you thought we might have a fish on.
It's been walking around. Little. Yeah, it's got something on it.
Oh, that's good.
It looks like it does anyway. The string's not straight down. Dancing a little. But there's nothing.
Ah, no bait either.
Yep.
Have to rebait that one.
Got all.
Maybe I should have used kale hooks. Something smaller. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. Having smaller hooks. These are my leftover 8/0 hooks that I put aside. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 more to grab to put out into deeper water. It's 5 foot of water here, so it's about the same as everything else. Go ahead and drop one, I guess.
Cat daddy right here, son, got a little stringer hanging down. Where my catfish? Oh, baby, get your bite right there.
No bait. Something probably got the bait on that one.
It's 2 bait thieves.
Of course, we're gonna get a boat come in here. There was another bass boat that I saw on the other side that had come in here and was fishing. And this is probably another bass boat coming in to try to catch some bass themselves. I am seeing a lot of bait. So the fish are back here. At least the bass are. I was hoping catfish were back here. Although we did get a couple of bites and lost a couple of baits. So there's something back here, just not hooking up with our jugs. I think we got 2 fish.
Oh, really? Oh, that one might.
Yeah.
Oh, it does. We got one right there. That one right. Well,
Definitely got a fish on that one.
yeah.
I want to check this one real quick, because it's moved. It might have a fish.
This one?
Yeah.
It's wiggling with the wind. That one's doing the same thing.
Ah, no fish on that one. Okay. Let's go get this fish. Oh, that's one of those pop tops, too.
Tennessee jug daddies, baby.
That top might come off, so be careful.
Out here ripping
He's
lips.
running from us.
Out here ripping lips thanks to the milkman. Shit.
We might need a...
Get him on up there. Run it. Run it. Drive it by him. I'll catch him.
Might need a big net.
No,
Don't know how big it is. There we go.
Still baited up too, boy.
Barely hooked.
Get your cousin on out here. That's what's happening, man. They ain't got enough lead line to
Well,
hook them good.
I think I need to use smaller hooks too.
Yeah.
You guys see that? That's an 8/0 hook. Channel catfish. That's eater size right there. We're in the only lake where this would be a clean fish locally to us. That's cool. We got a fish. Usually when you jug fish, you get a lot of fish, but they don't seem to be back here right now. Or like I said, I'm using too small hook or too big of hook. If I had smaller hooks, those others that stole the bait or hit the jugs probably would have got hooked up. And we're going to try this just for a little bit longer, and then we'll probably call it. Little channel. Grow up. Now we're going to go grab some more jugs that are trying to get away from us and move them back this way. And maybe we'll get another fish. Things we got to do to get wayward jug. Got it. Is there a fish on it? Nope. Well, something's nibbling on that one. I think it's a turtle. Had a couple of nibbles on it. Hopefully he hasn't taken the bait. Nothing on the jugs yet. At least we're not skunked today. Man, there is a ton of bait here. We set up on this side with the rods out, watching the jugs, and this whole area is absolutely loaded with thread fins. That could be why we're not getting anything, because there's just too much bait back here. That means all the fish are full. That, or I need to get a cast net out, catch some of the thread fins and put them on the hooks. But hey, at least we caught a fish. That means we aren't skunked. And basically all I wanted to show was a really easy and cheap way to jug fish. Like I said earlier, you know, you got to use some kind of string. This is rated like at 100 pounds. And just put a hook on the end. or a hook on a drop loop with a little bit of weight, which these are, I think, 1/2 ounce weights, and some bait. You might catch a fish. It is a good idea to actually go to a place where there's actual fish. I am like learning this lake because it's one of the clean lakes, and I was hoping back in this beautiful backwater area there would be a lot of catfish. But apparently there are not a lot of catfish back here. It could be an evening bite too, because the water right now is 58 degrees. Because it's shallow water, by the time evening rolls around, it's probably 65-degree water. Maybe that's when the fish comes in. Who knows? What we're going to do now, before these bass guys get caught up in our jugs, we're going to reel these up and pull in the jugs. If one of the jugs has a fish on it, then I will insert that clip right here. And if there's no clip, well, there's no fish. But as always, I want to thank you for taking your time out of your day to actually watch my video. I really, really appreciate it. If you want to see me jug fishing more in the future, hit that thumbs up and leave a comment below. I have a buddy that has a whole bunch of a different type of jug that I'm going to borrow from him, and I might try fishing with them in the future. They're different than using actual jugs because they will tell you when the fish actually eats the bait. They were another buddy of mine's uncle's rigs, and he got them with a pontoon boat. Maybe someday I'll go fishing in that pontoon boat with him. Now it's time to get some of our wayward jugs. A lot of them are actually on the bank now. And head out of here. Thanks again for watching. Hope to see you next time.